Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Fitness Coaching with Lois, also known as Ask Lois. So I hope everybody's doing well today and they're excited for Halloween, which is amazing. It's coming already tomorrow. I can't believe it's the end of October already. But we have a whole bunch of questions today, so I'm going to get right to it. Remember, if you have any questions that you would like me to answer live on the air, email them to me. I'm going to put the email in the comments section so you can check that out afterwards, or you can just write them in here in the comments, and I will check them out and read them and think it over and then give you an answer right live on the air. And we're going to be live again next week. So Jeff, definitely put that on your calendar if you want to check out some good questions. So today, the first question I have is, when should I change my fitness program? So my answer to that is when your body starts to change and you start to feel like you're bored or that you feel like you're doing the same thing over and over again, change it up. If you don't know what to change or you don't know how to change it, search for an expert, or if you don't feel like paying for an expert or feeling like you need that expert, go to online, and there's tons of great resources online. You can go and check out different places to find new exercise routines. Just be mindful that your progression should be relatively slow. So if you have any injuries or you are post-physical therapy, post-rehab in any way, shape, or form, be mindful that your progression should be small. So 1, 2, 3% of a change. The smaller the change, that little change is going to make a big difference in your body, but it's not going to make you super sore afterwards. So just kind of be mindful of the changes as far as when you should change your fitness program. And I also don't recommend that you do the same thing over and over again. So be mindful of a routine where it's just like the same 5 exercises, the same 10 exercises you always do. Your body adapts very quickly. So changing it up and trying to find new exercises or a new way of doing exercises will be really helpful. Be mindful that there's a bazillion different ways to do squats, but there's also a bazillion ways to do squats that you can do them incorrectly. So just be mindful that your technique is correct and that you're staying safe and that it feels good when you were doing those movements. All right, my next question is, what's the best exercise for fast results? Well, I chuckle when I hear that question because the results are gonna take time. No matter what exercise you do, there's no magic bullet. And anybody that tells you that there is probably doesn't have a ton of experience in working with a large population of people, because results should be relatively slow. You know, it should take you about a good few months to start seeing adjustments. Now, if you have weight to lose, you're going to see results a little bit slower than somebody that's a little bit more slender, because you'll see the muscles pop a little faster. But diet has a big thing to play in that, and be mindful that when you're choosing a routine, that you're doing something that you can do and that's fun for you and that you're going to enjoy doing it. And there is no exercise that's fast for results. I'm sorry, I'm lying. I would be lying if I told you otherwise, but choose a variety of movements and try not to do the same different movements for the same body parts, and make sure you include all of your body parts when you exercise. Try not to just do the exercises and the body parts that you feel are fun or that you enjoy doing. I know a lot of my guy clients will come to us and say, I just want bigger biceps and I want really nice abs. Well, that's great, but remember, you have legs too, and you have a back, and you have a front, and you have sides. All of those muscles work together to give you the best results. So if you want to see faster results, make sure you're working the big muscle groups. The big muscle groups actually burn more calories at rest. So why wouldn't you want to do that? Anyway, I hope that was helpful. The next question I have is, if I lift weights, will I get bigger muscles? Absolutely. Be mindful, though, that you don't necessarily have to lift actual weights outside of your body, that your body is a great tool that you can use to exercise. And think about push-ups, squats, lunges, any kind of pull-up or chin-up. Those are really great things that you can do for your body that don't require extra outside stuff, but are excellent multifunction. They're a great way to build muscle and endurance. And yes, absolutely, lifting weights will help you build muscle, but you don't have to lift weights to build muscle, okay? Should I work out every day? My opinion is no. I think that your body needs rest time. I also think that you can do active recovery. So what active recovery is on your days that you're not weight training or doing heavy duty cardio, you can go for a walk. You can maybe do something that's a little less intense. You can go for a hike. You can clean your house. You could do yard work. I mean, my yard, if you want to come do yard work, I have plenty of leaves. Just come over to my house and I'll let you do the leaves outside. But find things that are active to do and make sure that you're doing the same warm up and the same cool down and stretch at the end, just to make sure that you're staying safe and can feel really good after you do it. Next question, can I work out while I'm pregnant? It depends on if you're working out before you were pregnant. So if you're working out before you were pregnant, then yes, you can absolutely continue your routine. You want to always run it by a doctor to make sure that the doctor is in agreement with you and that you're not a high-risk pregnancy. I was a high-risk pregnancy with my twins, and I didn't realize how hard I was going until I got pregnant. So be mindful, listen to your body. And if you were exercising before, yes. If you weren't exercising before you got pregnant, just be mindful and make sure that your doctor is in agreement that you should be exercising and what type of exercises to do. Everybody has a different opinion on this, so make sure you run it by them before you start anything, and make sure you're working with somebody who's qualified to work with somebody who is pregnant. You don't want to just necessarily go with anyone because you want to make sure that you're staying safe. My next question is a little long, so hold on, let me move this over so I can see the whole thing. Can you tell me about your personal fitness coaching? Do I have to be in a certain area? So we do work primarily in Northern New Jersey, and Northern New Jersey from pretty much Sparta. So if you look at a map from Sparta down to like the Princeton area, so we pretty much cover the head of New Jersey, if you think about it like that. But you can go check us out on our website, and on the Where Do We Go section, you can scroll down and see all of the different towns that we'll go to. That's always changing, and we're always adding new areas. So if you have an area that you live in where we don't cover, or maybe you're outside of New Jersey, we can do virtual training. It's not always the ideal for everyone, so I'm gonna kind of put like an asterisk next to that. But definitely, if you think that you want to work with us specifically and you don't live in the New Jersey area, we can potentially, if we can't work with you or it's not suitable to work with you, I will help you try to find someone who's local to your area that's going to be a really good fit, and it's going to actually give you a good workout and it's going to be safe to work out. All right, next question, and my last question, oh, two more questions. So how long should I rest in between sets and exercises? That's going to depend a lot on your goals. So for some people, that could mean no rest at all, and you're just going from exercise to exercise to exercise. And for other people, you want to maintain your rest a little bit shorter periods of time. And for other people, it could be a long period of time. It depends on what your fitness goals are, and it also depends on your pre-existing conditions. So if you have something like your post-cardiacs, you had a heart attack, and now you need to get back into your exercise routine, it's probably going to take you a longer amount of time to recover than someone who's been working out and that can do high-intensity interval training and go from thing to thing to thing to thing. When I work out, I don't take a lot of recovery. I usually take maybe like 5-10 seconds on each one and in between each movement, because I want to get my workout done fast, but I also don't have any pre-existing conditions. So you got to kind of, there's some people, some of our clients take up to a minute and a half to recover. So it's really going to depend on what situation you're in. If you have specific questions about that, like these are my ailments and how much time should I take, I'll probably kind of say the same thing, because until I would meet you, it would be hard for me to judge how much time in between you should take. But the rough idea, maybe 20 to 30 to 45 seconds, but listen to your body. Think about it like a stoplight, and I'm happy to share this with everybody because I love this. A physical therapist shared this with me years and years ago, and I use it with my team, and I think it's the best way to check perceived exertion. So normally when you exercise, it's a scale of 1 to 10. I use what I call a stoplight method. And that stoplight method is red means stop. If you're feeling super like tired and you're feeling exhausted and something hurts or you're in major pain, that's your body telling you to take it easy and to slow it down. Yellow light means to take it back a little bit. So just like when you drive a car, every once in a while, if you go through a yellow light, you're okay. But if you go through yellow lights all the time, occasionally you're going to hit a red and maybe you're putting yourself at risk for a car accident. Same thing with exercise. And then green light, same thing with like driving a car. Green light means go. So if you feel good when you're exercising, you're not super, super out of breath, nothing is in pain, you're feeling good, keep on going. All right, so hopefully that's helpful. And my last question is, what's the best thing to eat after a workout? Again, that's going to depend on a lot of things. But I definitely recommend having a combination of different foods. I oftentimes will refer out to dietitians or to a nutritionist. I have a couple ones that I love and that I typically will recommend out for people to talk to. But a good go-to is some kind of a little bit of protein, some kind of carbohydrate, and some kind of fat. So I pretty much gave you a lot of choices there. My go-to, I love having, well, usually I work out in the morning and I usually work out before breakfast. So I'll usually have my breakfast, which is oftentimes quinoa with an over easy egg or eggs with vegetables. I call it eggy pizza. Those are kind of my two go-tos. I'm kind of a creature of habit. I like to eat the same things over and over again for breakfast because I don't like a lot of breakfast foods. Like I'm not a big oatmeal person, but oatmeal is a great choice if you put some nuts or some flax on top. You get a little fat in there. But there's a lot of variety for foods that you can eat after. I also like for breakfast, I'll have like avocado toast. So I'll get Ezekiel bread and put some avocado on it. I'll put a little bit of roast of hot pepper because I like spice, or Frank's Red Hot, that's my favorite. And then maybe a couple of almonds on top or something like that. So you can do that after your workout. It depends on what time of the day you're going to work out too, but definitely some kind of protein, some kind of fat, and some kind of carbohydrate. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I went a little long today. I went 12 minutes, but please share this with your friends. Ask me any questions that you have. And if I don't know the answer, I will say, hey, you know what? I really don't know the answer to this, and I will refer you out. So I hope that was helpful. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody. Thanks for your time.